You wake up, you check your phone. Same city, same job, same salary. But somehow, coffee costs more, rent feels heavier, groceries look smaller. And there's this quiet thought you don't say out loud. How did my life get this expensive without my permission? Because nobody ever sat you down and said, from now on, living will cost this much. It just happened, slowly, silently, automatically. That's not an accident. That's a system. And today, we're going to talk about the invisible system that decides how expensive your life will be. Not your lifestyle, not your choices, not your discipline, the system underneath all of it. Here's the uncomfortable part. Most people believe their financial stress comes from bad decisions. Wrong phone, wrong car, too many online orders. But zoom out for a second. Why does doing the same things your parents did now feel harder? Why does a decent salary feel indecent? Why does working harder no longer translate into breathing easier? This question matters right now because for the first time in decades, people aren't just worried about money. They're confused by it. They're doing what they were told to do: study, work, save, avoid mistakes. And yet the cost of simply existing keeps rising faster than their ability to keep up. That confusion is not personal failure, it's structural. Let's rewind. Imagine life as a basic package: food, shelter, transport, healthcare, education. Nothing fancy, just normal life. Now imagine there's a dial behind the wall. You can't see it, you can't touch it, but it controls the price of that package. Every year, someone turns that dial slightly to the right. Not dramatically, not enough to cause panic, just enough that you feel it, but can't quite explain it. That dial is not controlled by one person. It's controlled by a system built from three forces working together: wages, prices, and debt. Let's start with wages. Most people think salaries grow over time, and technically they do. But here's the trick. What matters is not how much your salary increases. What matters is how fast it increases compared to prices. If your salary grows by 5%, but the cost of living grows by 8%, you didn't get richer, you got poorer, quietly. This gap didn't always exist. Decades ago, productivity and wages moved together. People produced more and they earned more. Then something changed. Productivity kept rising, wages slowed down. Companies got more efficient, technology exploded, profits grew, but salaries plateaued. So where did the extra value go? Not to workers, to assets, real estate, stocks, businesses. Which means, if you own assets, the system works for you. If you rely mainly on a salary, the system slowly works against you. Now let's talk about prices. Most people think prices go up because things become expensive. That's a lazy explanation. Prices go up because money changes behavior. When more money enters the system through loans, stimulus, easy credit, it doesn't distribute evenly. It flows first to the places closest to the money source: banks, corporations, asset owners. By the time it reaches normal people, prices have already adjusted upward. So you don't feel richer, you just feel late. This is why asset prices rise faster than salaries. Homes don't become expensive because they're better. They become expensive because money is cheaper to borrow. When borrowing is easy, people can pay more. When people can pay more, prices rise. When prices rise, the entry ticket to normal life becomes higher, and that ticket price keeps updating. Now comes the third force: debt. Debt is marketed as help. Affordable monthly payments, buy now, pay later, easy EMIs. Debt doesn't make life cheaper. It makes expensive things feel manageable, and that's dangerous. Because when people can stretch payments, sellers raise prices. And when prices rise, more people need debt. It's a feedback loop. Debt doesn't reduce the cost of living, it adjusts humans to tolerate higher costs. That's the part nobody advertises. Here's the uncomfortable math. Let's say housing becomes unaffordable. The system doesn't ask, how do we lower prices? It asks, how do we extend loan terms? 20 years becomes 30, 30 becomes 40. Same house, same salary pressure, longer chains. Your monthly payment looks reasonable, your lifetime cost explodes. And because it's spread out, it feels normal. This is how the system stays invisible. Now let's talk about something even quieter: expectations. Once prices rise, they rarely come down. They reset what normal means. A one-bedroom apartment that felt expensive 5 years ago becomes cheap today. Not because it changed, but because everything around it did. Your brain adapts, your standards shift, your stress baseline rises, and the system counts on that adaptation. This is why people say things like, "This is just how life is now." That sentence is the system winning. Let's contrast hype versus reality. The hype says, if you manage money better, you'll be fine. Reality says, you're operating inside a machine that quietly raises the floor faster than most people can climb. The hype says, just increase your income. Reality says, income competes against systems designed around asset growth, not labor growth. The hype says, inflation is temporary. Reality says, the structure that causes it is permanent. None of this means effort is useless. It means effort alone is not the full equation. Zoom out further. This system reshapes behavior. People delay marriage, delay kids, delay buying homes, delay rest. Not because they want to, because the cost of stability keeps moving ahead of them. And here's the irony. The system needs people to keep spending, but it also makes them anxious about spending. So people oscillate between guilt and consumption. Stress buying, stress working, stress saving. Always busy, never secure. Now here's the part that makes people uncomfortable. The system is not broken. It's functioning exactly as designed. It rewards ownership over labor, leverage over patience, assets over effort, and it quietly teaches people to blame themselves for outcomes driven by structure. That's why this conversation matters. Not to make you angry, not to make you hopeless, but to make the invisible visible. Because once you see the system, you stop internalizing the pressure. You realize your life didn't become expensive because you failed. It became expensive because the rules changed, slowly, legally, and without announcement. And now comes the unresolved question. If the cost of living is controlled by forces most people don't vote on, don't see, and don't fully understand, what does financial stability actually mean anymore? Is it earning more, owning earlier, opting out differently? Or is the real risk not that life gets more expensive, but that we keep calling this normal without ever questioning who benefits from it? That's the system deciding the price of your life, and once you notice it, you can't unsee it.